How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to BioMutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroad, but for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of...
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around, eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Bullseye. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against... He does. There have been rumors. The legend of the... There's... He says it was... Had it not... Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if you're... He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You must... The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. What? He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking. He lost you there for a while. He says he remembers every single day. The tree started. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of date, says his friend. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in. and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not...
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless, the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifu's, Myriad especially, Out-of-Date... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? Toughened up. It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. Get on up. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Hopes you have patience. The Sifu can't stop himself from talking sometimes. Let's hope this isn't one of those days.
Sibi? La fanen aginkan man. Geratna fal hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wung Fu disciples.
Hello?
Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Hello?
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. Their kin have run out of options. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim once you've dealt with the... Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Hot metal. Great shot. Down to half your health. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be... He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thing. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. He'd love to. You did well. He appreciates those able to deliver a sharp remark. He's looking forward to seeing what... It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Betty?
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Asil natu.
Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He's not scared of anything, least of all. There's no way. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have... She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for your move. He suggests... He's curious to see what you found.
Und
He's all for renewal. He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach. You should take. He's looking. Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. That's all she's ever asked of you. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little. A piece of... It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. Says a good rest makes you ready for... Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you, and everything she's done has been to protect you, your Here it comes, the past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. That's an improvement. Tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. You're injured. Tapped hard. Ready to dive back in. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulks on the loose. Had better days. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulks on the loose. And slash.
Wautuan platsie.
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting.
Punwamchao pio tatao pizia.
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there.
Najen le mayag manrunab.
Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch to survive. Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Useful. Baconed up. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick. The Toxanol Corporation made this place. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. You found the whereabouts. The deepest, darkest forest in the land. Sometimes hard to see for all the trees. The forest smells so strong and fresh. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Always good to have some wood scrap like that on hand. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. The dark is almost over. Mercadorpus Outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Clarifies that rigging the odds in your favor in preparation of the takeover. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. Spot wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Stick in the key. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd wants revenge on those who... A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. It's complicated. Give it another try. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the out. Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your... You seem to share the same value. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against... That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of. He says the time has come to confront the jumbo puff at the end of the west route. Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater. You should... He knows things that you need.
What?
Understand. This day is as good as it's going to get. The tree Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Says you came to the right place. Look for a fair deal. Now you're in the green. A done deal. So grateful. Peddler is eager for you to have a... Says they're no...
Tulo madro, tulo uchur.
Asks you.
Tosote, tameso.
There's news of a Ronin. That's a gnote, easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. The heavy stuff won't come down for a while yet. It's the chug yard. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here. They can carry you anywhere you like. You're on the right track. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Reserves are tapped. On the ropes. bruised. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the... Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can... But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He'd lie if he claimed it was all good. You changed after your Mooma and Popsy passed, and he understands why you had to leave. The old village being a constant reminder of what happened. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds!
I've got all the cold sick burn.
Oh, do you have to insult?
I don't have to.
Hard to believe the world is actually You should return when you... The world is awake. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathed. That's the leftover you're looking for. A perfect fit. This would make anyone woozy. This is no way to live, but keep at it anyhow. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a... He made a... Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find... Sob about the thin air later. Tough like steel. Check out those guns. It's flat out black out there. The sun is coming up fast. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. The village of Blubbermud, which is maybe says everything, but he'd have a lot to talk. You just got. Winners get to keep moving. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like. Says it's wild that the... Wonders what? Says you should give up on working with the stubborn Myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones. He's afraid. He's not right now. There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep... Says you stick... Let's see. You look a wee bit pale. What's your choice? Dying? Moog says you should go. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. Someone locked it solid. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. This is more like it. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? The grease monkey's mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Keep those stompers on the straight and narrow. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the says you'll see each other later. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Has plenty to do.